Crap. Right, so in my last video, I didn't feel like I was being quite as extensive as I possibly could have been. And so for that reason, today I am making a part 2. To those of you that didn't watch my previous video, just click on the link appearing on your screen up here. And as for the rest of you, well, today this is a video where I'm going to try and talk about India as fully as I can while doing my most favorite thing to do. This is Not.So.Burundian here. Stay tuned. Let's go. Okay, so it suddenly got cloudy. Hopefully this footage is good. But anyway, so here's the thing, right? One of the things that I never mentioned the other time on the video was, okay, as far as education is concerned, I didn't talk about the mode of language that is used to conduct the classes. Well, here's the thing. Most of the times, if you happen to enroll in a university that is not, that doesn't have a large population of foreign students, what tends to happen is usually the teachers and the staff teach in Hindi. And they do this because, well, you know, Hindi is the language that they speak. And so if you find yourself being like one of 40 in the class or one of 30, it becomes somewhat of an inconvenience, should I say, for the teachers to use English because some of the other students are not really well based in English. So what tends to happen is the teacher will mix up the two languages if you're lucky that he considers you as being part of the class, or if you do request that he does so. But even then, classes last about 1 hour, and within that 1 hour he will deliver content, 30 minutes English, 30 minutes Hindi. And so what was meant to be covered on that day might not be covered fully. And well, as a result, the syllabus tends to be lagging most of the times. We never finish. So there's that. But then luckily, your university has a policy that all the teachers should teach in English. And so it is not a privilege for you to demand that they teach in English. No, they have to. But yeah, you do understand that when you're 1 out of 40, well, you're the odd one out. But yeah, so there's that. So one thing you do not want to do is enroll into a public university. That is a big no-no. And even if you're to do a private, well, enroll into one of the big ones. You know, you have Gujarat University in Ahmedabad. You have Parul University in what's that state? Forgotten what state that is. And then you've got Maradi University, where I am at right now. Young university, great facilities. And other universities, you know, just before you enroll into a university, just search it up. Look up their Facebook and Instagram pages. You find international students there. So, you know, talk to them. Yeah. And then the other thing that you should know is the food out here. Man, all I can say is that food is spicy. Like, I'm not even gonna play with you. They eat some real spicy food, man. And what I mean by spicy, I don't mean that it's because you know, for us, when you say spice, it means flavors. Like, the food is rich in flavor. Well, that's not the kind of spice I'm talking about. The kind of spice I'm talking about here is that the food has chili, a lot of chili content in it. Hot. Yeah. And hey, yo, you do not eat as much as they do. So that'll mess you up. And, well, Ethiopians might feel at home when it comes to chili, because they eat a lot of chili too. As for the rest of us, well, we only use chili for flavor. And hold on, let's cross this road first. Yeah, that was scary, I know. That's one other thing you need to know when you're out here, man, is that there are no dedicated bike lanes for cyclists. Only thing you do get is this shoulder here, this wide shoulder. And that's all you pretty much have. And it's not a dedicated cyclist lane, it's just the shoulder that happens to be there that I use when I'm cycling. So yeah, for the rest of this video, I doubt you guys are going to be able to hear me, because it's a lot, it's not a lot of traffic, but yes, huge trucks, because I'm on the highway. So they are going to overshadow most of my audio. But not to worry. I suppose that those of you that are keen on listening will pick up my voice either way, regardless. And everybody else, just enjoy the view. So yeah, but actually, you know what, on second thought, hold on, let me change the position of the mic. Let me put it closer to my mouth. Okay, now here I'm pretty sure that the audio will be much better. You guys will get to hear me much better than before. I just switched the position of the mic from my collar to my helmet straps, which are like right next to my cheeks. You see that? See that right there? Like, there are no rules, man. Like, I'm sure there are, but nobody follows them, because you have bikes coming up the opposite side, and then there was a car. So it's all basically just total chaos. But yeah, whatever. You get used to it. It's not a big deal. After a while, it's whatever, really. And then there's the horns. Oh my God, the horns are so annoying. They just horn and horn and horn for no good reason at all. Like, what the hell? I guess it's their way of communicating on the road. But yeah. Oh, and these are the school buses for my university, where I graduated from. I guess it's about that time. That's a staff bus. So you got food. You have so you will mainly be using these auto rickshaw. For those of you that are from Burundi, you know them as tuk-tuk. Okay. Getting a little tired. I'm gonna have to take down the gears a little. Taking the highway was probably not a good idea. It's too noisy. But I can't exactly show you the city if I don't take the highway. And Rajkot is a fairly new and upcoming city, but it's changing. There's a lot of infrastructure being developed out here. And a new international airport that'll be launching in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody told me that. Whew, I'm getting tired. I haven't done this in a month. Let's reduce the gears. Okay. Here comes another car. On the side of the road where it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be on the right. He's on the left. They didn't want to have to go all the way and make a U-turn. And that's fairly acceptable here. It's not like traffic police patrol the roads all the time. They don't do that. You mostly find them on intersections, and that's the traffic police. They only show up to a different location if an emergency is called in. But other than that, they don't really patrol the roads to catch people breaking laws or whatever. Nah, ain't nobody got time for that. They got better things to worry about, man. Yeah. Whew. Okay, I'm getting a little warmed up. I don't feel as tired as I was before, which is a good sign. I've only done about 5 kilometers, I guess. Okay. So it's early morning. Everybody's going to work. It's 8:26. Classes begin at 7 for those of you that are in the 5th semester and up. Everybody else just lower has their class begin at 9 and then 10:30. So most of the kids are sleeping right now. Everybody else is going to work. Public offices and a lot of the private sector opens up at around 9. But officially it's 10:30. If you are to go to a bank, oh geez, that thing is mad loud, bro. I don't even know why they still allow those things to be on the road. Like, it's just a disaster waiting to happen. I'm not even sure how good his brakes really are. No ABS. And his brakes, I guess, operate on the back wheels or the front wheel. Okay, see that? See that right there? Oh, Bobby. Yeah, see that? And I'm running on low tire pressure right now, which is not good for a hybrid bike. I think I am under 30. I'm running at 38 PSI. Supposed to be running at 40 and 45. So I am a bit under. Hopefully I don't run onto any sharp objects on the road. Thorns and nails or whatever. So yeah. We are about to reach a part of the city that is let's just call it the center of the city, where most of the infrastructure begins to come to view. And a lot of it is new, as you can see in a second. The road that I am currently on right now is being reconstructed. because like right over there is a flyover that they're building. Just recently started. But construction here is really fast because they use their own labor. They do not employ China like we do back home. Everything here is Indian built. Okay, hold on. Let me not speak until that thing gets a little further away. I'm gonna have to switch lanes here. Okay, there's a big ass truck coming up from behind me. It's gonna be scary when you guys see it. See that? Look at that. Oh, man. The roads here are really intimidating if it's your first time, and even for the first 6 months to 1 year, depending on how good you are at adapting to stuff, these roads are scary. Like, you know that old way they teach to cross the road, just like look left, look right, then look left again, and then cross? Well, you're gonna have to do that 2 times over. And it doesn't matter if you are crossing a one-way lane, you still have to do it. One way or not, cars will still come from either side. Oh, but bus. Oh, bye, pass, bye. What's that? Alright, let's do this slowly. You don't want to damage people's cars. Scoot over and get over to the next lane. Alright, so let's move on. Okay, this is the safest place to be right now. We're gonna go on over to the right side of the road. No dedicated bike lanes, so it's really a hard pedal. This road is getting really bad. What the hell happened here? Okay, so the wind is mad strong. You guys are probably not going to be able to hear me for the rest of the way, I think. But yeah, the wind has just picked up. It's really strong. I know that y'all can see that the scenery has changed a little, in the sense that there's more infrastructure between here and where I came from. We're heading to the center of the city. Well, not exactly the center because it's quite spread, but you get what I'm trying to say. Ah, crap. You know, in a way, I understand why those things still exist on the road, because, well, people have to make money. You take them away and you kill a whole lot of self-employment, which puts more people out in society that are jobless, and well, that creates strife. Not good for the economy. And besides, the tricycles are locally made, so it's good for the economy. At the same time, we forego traffic safety. But yeah, accidents involving those tricycles aren't really at all that significant enough for it to be considered a hazard just yet. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be repositioning the mic every now and then. I'm not sure about the angle, but yeah. So, well, for the most part, like I said in my previous video, it's a good place to be in, to live in. Everybody has, not everyone thinks the same, obviously. We can't exactly group everyone into one specific type of mindset. But what you do have is people that are exposed to the outside world and people that aren't. People that are exposed or have been exposed will be more understanding to your way of life. They get it. And then those that haven't, well, you just have to look at it in a way that you are the one that gets to introduce the outside world to them. And if you have that mindset, well, it helps you survive out here. Mentally, that is. Okay, there's a lot of mud out here. I guess this is water flow from the rain. It's gonna take a while to get cleaned up. It needs to rain again. But yeah. And I forgot to set up my cycling app. So currently I don't know. Ooh, nice bike. I don't know how many kilometers I've done right now, but I guess somewhere around 10 kilometers. So yeah, where were we? This is going to be a bit hard keeping up with the topics that I was planning to talk on today. Because, you know, cycling and seeing, it keeps you out of focus. Okay, there seems to be a huge crowd up front. Hope it wasn't an accident. I'd hate to think that somebody is critically injured or has lost their life early morning. Not good. The day's just started, man. Not something that I want to see right now. No, it's just a gathering. People lining up for tea. Chai. Oh, Indians love chai. They love that thing, man. I think it's light coffee with a bit of locally brewed tea. I don't know, I'm not an expert. I've only I had a sip of those about like 3 times. It's good, it's good. It tastes really good, but it's just, you know, it's not my thing. I never think chai. But yeah, it's a thing out here. People love it. And one thing that I would advise you as a student when you come to India is that you hold on to your money for the first 1 week. Don't spend it at first, especially as an African, because, you know, the figures in most of our currencies are we count in large figures for almost anything that you buy. And here in India, the currency is it's a bit high, in the sense that it's higher than most of ours back home. Let's say, for instance, 1 Indian rupee is equals to 27 Burundian francs. And so when you come out here first time, everything seems to be cheap, or you perceive things to be cheap, and so you pay up front almost immediately because you're thinking, well, sheesh, that's nothing. But yeah, don't do that. Hold on to it. Learn the prices of things and stuff for the first 1 or 2 weeks, and then stop spending after that. Otherwise, you find yourself wasting away the little that you had that was supposed to last you a month or 2 from home. And that's not good. And by the way, I happen to own a scooter. You can ride one of those in Rajkot city without even having a license. Not a big deal. Police has never actually stopped me. I don't even know if I should say that on here right now, because it sort of kills the hustle for the others. So yeah, I think I'm gonna probably bleep out this part from the video or take it out. Not a good thing to say. Hopefully it's not too dark for the camera. Action cameras are not really good in low light. Hope y'all can see everything clearly. And here comes another intersection. We're gonna have to get ready to take off. Let's move up front a bit. Right. While most countries are still in lockdown, we are pretty much free to move around out here. The country's basically opened already. There are no more restrictions except the 10 p.m. curfew at night. Other than that, we're all free to move around as we please. And I could cross the road right now if I wanted to. But yeah, let's adhere to the laws. I should be the first one to take off. Because everybody else behind me is faster, so wouldn't want to be the one to lag behind. Okay, why are you slow? Boy. Come on, move. You can't be slower than me, man. It's not cool. Okay, so let's talk about the things that I like or have liked in the time that I spent in India. And one of those is the bike culture. When I came to India first time, I was a car guy. Like, I was really into cars. Cars were my thing. They still are, because it's what I major in, mostly, education-wise. But it happened about 6 months before I came here, where I was super obsessed with the bikes. And my thing at the time, 2016, I was mostly obsessed with the the Bajaj NS200. Oh God, I really wanted to have that bike. And when I got the scholarship to come to India, that's all I could really think about. Was that, wow, I'm gonna go out there, save some money for 4 years, and come back home with one of them. It was a silly dream, but a good dream. Yeah, I am somewhat devastated that I'm gonna go home without one. I would have really loved to. The NS and the now discontinued AS200. Now the AS200 for me was attractive. Like, I really loved the look of it over the NS. Yeah, but it was discontinued because it didn't sell as much. Woo, there goes a Doberman. Nice dog. So yeah, they can discontinue that one. And 5 years later, well, we've had so many releases in India right now. So many bikes out here. A lot. And currently my favorite Indian made bike is the Bajaj Dominar 400. If I had money right now and I wanted to get one, I'd get the Dominar 400. It's good for where I come from. mostly hilly roads, mountains and stuff. It's Burundi. And mostly because a lot of my travel will be long distance. That's the bike that I want to have. It's 400cc and it's made for touring. And it looks good. Just that it's heavy, but yeah, it looks good. That's for the purpose of wanting to have a bike. But as far as just genuine want of a bike, like I just want to get something, just even though it doesn't match the use that I intend to use it for, that would be the KTM 390. Now that bike, well, if you know anything of bikes, KTM 390 over Bajaj Dominar 400, well, let's just say that, yeah, the Bajaj would lose if it comes to sales. But it's cheaper. Is it though? Yes, it is. It's cheaper than the Duke 390. The Dominar is about 1.8 lakhs to 2 lakhs right now. The price went up after the BS6 emission norms were introduced in India. And the Duke 390 costs somewhere between 2.4 lakhs, 2.6. That's like $5,000, I guess. I'm gonna have to recalculate that. Yeah. So yeah, man, I'm leaving India without a bike. Sad. Really sad. I wanted to have one because it's something that I would intend to use for the next 5 years. I don't intend to buy a car for a very, very, very long time. Anyway, the hustle begins early morning. Got some nice fruit. I'm gonna have to take a detour before I get on track to going home. Let's climb up this lane here. Okay, so yeah, 4 years in India has changed my way of thinking. I was just, we were having a talk with my pastor, Pastor Roy, and a bunch of other friends 2 days ago. And I said that India has changed me and I've become a person that is content with having what I have. Just like most Indians are, and that's part of the reason why there aren't any major crimes in India. Well, if you take away murder and petty theft, you never really come across stuff like bank robberies or house break-ins. You don't get that a lot here, even though the discrepancy between the rich and the poor is quite huge, just like back home. What Indians got right is that despite the huge gap between the rich and the poor, most of the people here, almost everyone, gets to have at least 3 meals a day. And well, for most of the populations anywhere in the world, really, once you have something to eat, you tend to be a little more accepting, or should I say, you tend to be, the level of hostilities go down, the level of discontent goes down when people get to eat, at least. So that's the one thing that India got right. And so I learned to be content. I learned to accept that there are levels in life. Okay, let's make a U-turn out here. make this U-turn. That is not an actual plane, it's just a model. That is not an actual plane, it's just a model. Okay, so let's head on back home. And it's not too bright out here today because it's pretty cloudy. We are in the rainy season right now, so there's a lot of it's raining and it's dark most of the times and it's cool. Oh yeah. So speaking of rain, right? I guess that brings me to another topic, which is the weather. What's the weather like out here? Well, man, if you are from Africa, yeah, it's gonna be a challenge because there's this thing, you see, called summer. Boy, oh boy, the sun out here, when it wants to, it's unforgiving. Temperatures rise to 50, 55 if I'm not mistaken during peak summer. And summer lasts a really long time. Like at the beginning of March, end of February, that's when the summer kicks in. And that goes all the way to October. This is about 6 months, I think. 6 months, 7 of pure sunny days. And I'm talking about like scorching sun with high levels of humidity. The sun rays scorch your skin, as in, you know, you feel it on your skin. All the surfaces, be it the car, the bars, walls, they heat up really a lot. And the pipes in houses or the water tanks get to heat up. You sweat all the time during the summer. Except the Indians, man, because I've seen the girls cover up. Like they cover up their faces with these, I don't know what you call them. And I'm like, yo, it's mad sunny out there. Why on earth would you cover up? But yeah, the summers are unforgiving out here. Alright, let's jump over to the front of the lane because I am slow, so I wouldn't want to be stuck up front behind everyone else or in the middle. You want to be up front so you get to be the first one to take off. This is fun. It's the intersection. And I'm hoping that the bike shop is open right now because I would love to refill the tire pressure. I'm running low right now. So like I was saying, the weather is unforgiving for most of the year. Those of you that plan to come here need to also consider that. It gets really, really hot. And then it gets cold for about 4 months, which is the winter. The winters are awesome. It's a relief from the long summers. And then you have the monsoon season, heavy rain. Though we haven't seen much of heavy rain in Rajkot city. All we have is just where I live. It doesn't rain as much. You see clouds pouring down in other parts of the city, as far as the eyes can see. And then you have nothing where you are. It's mostly dry in this part of the city. So yeah, you have to keep that in mind. And by the way, those of you that were interested in these scholarships, especially when I mentioned ICCR, because, well, I believe you would want to enroll in a scholarship scheme that offers pocket money, allowances or whatever. Yeah, the website is closed right now. It's not taking any applications. Expected to open around the month of between November and February. That's when the applications open up. Right now, they're not taking in any applications. The website is closed for now. You can go to the website and read on past, like on the, what do you call them? What's the word I'm looking for? You can read up on the terms of service of the past academic year, of the current year that we're on right now, because the kids are preparing to come over to India. Read up on the documents, read on what's required for you to submit, read on the universities that are enlisted, just go through it all so that when the process begins, you know exactly what to do, or you already have everything in hand, and that all you need to do in the moment is just hand in the documents and have everything PDF ready. All your hard copies, turn them all to soft copies, because the application is done solely online. When I came, we didn't apply online. I applied through the embassy in Kampala, and they do not accept offline applications right now. They switched over to online. Now let's move over to my bike shop. Let's hope that it's open. I really hope that they're open, because I need to refill my tires. And oh geez, I completely forgot to drink any water. This happens to me a lot when I'm riding, man. It's forget to drink, I forget to eat, or quickly have a bite of something. But not to worry, now that I remember, let me have a quick stop to drink. The bike shop is not open. They are still closed. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to make do with the tire pressure that I have right now. Here, let's make a U-turn. Let's make a U-turn. Head on bike. And so for the rest of you that already live in Rajkot and are interested in getting a bike, well, I got mine from right here. This building right here called Cycle Zone. That's where I got my bike from. They have new models on display right now. Mantra finally released the cycles. I really wanted to buy a Mantra, but they were out of stock. And so I was convinced to buy a different bike of a somewhat slightly higher budget. It was a little more expensive than what I originally planned to have. I wanted to buy a what's the category? I wanted to get a Mantra Helicon disc, the newer version. It's called a Mantra something. I'm gonna get that in post-production. Yeah, and that one, well, it costs around 20 grand at the time, and so I was forced to add 5,000 more to get this Activo Cosmo 24. This is what I currently have right now, hybrid bike. And well, I don't regret my purchase. I'm actually happy that I spent a little more. It meant that I have a better gear set. Anyway, let's make a turn to our left, right rather. The road is under construction up ahead. We don't use that anymore. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a decision whether I should take the university road or go through the main road on the other side. Left or right? Nah, let's take the University Road. Okay, it's a big truck behind me, so I'm not gonna take that road. Let's go up. All right. And so even though Gujarat is mostly a vegetarian state, we had a little bit of relief. We have a McDonald's here. We have, what's that company that sells sandwiches? They have green colors and everything as their theme. But yeah, well, I'll get that in post-production. So we have a McDonald's here. Although I've only turned up to it about twice for the days when we missed meat. But that's mostly for those of you that stay in campus. If you stay in campuses, well, most campuses don't allow in-house cooking, and so you would have to eat out most of the time. And that's if you have money, because it's not cheap to eat out all the time. And I only stayed in campus for about a year, and for the other 3 years I stayed out. I was living out of campus. At the university that I am currently, well, where I finished my studies, my batch was basically the batch that introduced change that everybody else is enjoying right now. And even though we don't get credit for it, shit on us. Yeah, we introduced most of the change. They are having an easier time because of us. Okay, we have a calf out here. Well, it's not a calf, it's grown. Yeah, there's a lot of these in the roads, on the roads in India. They just roam around freely. And it's in the city centers. It's crazy. Just a cow casually chilling on the road, relaxing. And I could swear it's almost like they know nobody's gonna do shit to me. So they just sit there, chill. Unmoving, unwavering. But yeah, cows are sacred in India, and I get that. It's part of the Hindu religion. And yeah, I understand. It looks like it might rain. I hope it doesn't. I hate to put my camera to the chest. I'm the kind of person that really wouldn't. Even if I had an iPhone that's IP7 rated, waterproof, still wouldn't put that to the test. Hell no. So yeah, let's get back home before it rains. And it's time to switch lanes. You want to switch lanes early before the road gets packed or before you reach the intersection. Safer for the rider that way. The last 5, 6, 7 kilometers to complete the circle back home, rectangle or whatever. And here comes the traffic police messing up people's hustle. Yeah, they're just doing their job, you know, keeping everyone safe. Okay. Why are you on the road here? Huh. And that's one thing. Cost cutting in India is a major thing. Not to say that the work produced is of lower quality, no. Because for the most part, I would rather buy Indian than China. But what I mean by cost cutting is a thing is that labor is over exploited. The final product is good. People involved in the process of production, especially on the lower parts of the hierarchy, are exploited. They're paid really low. Now, see, like that road grader, the road grader that I just passed a moment ago. Usually, those are supposed to be on a carrier. It's supposed to be on another truck that carries it to its destination. But yeah, costs had to be cut, ride it over there, and work. I guess the fuel consumption is low, so you can drive it as long as you want. Waste the fuel before you get to the actual workplace. But anyway, I don't know. Cost cutting is a huge thing. Hope I've mentioned everything. Hope I didn't leave anything out. Talked about school. Talked about exams, scholarships, money spending, all of that. Yeah. If you are a person, if you're an introvert, a person that enjoys their solitude, you will cope just fine in India. Internet is cheap. It's not something that you would worry about, so spend most of your time on the internet, YouTube and whatever, watching videos and the lot. And if you're a person that charges up their spirits by being around other people, by socializing, and yeah, you really have to choose where you go to when you come to India. Choose a state carefully. Choose a city carefully. You want to choose states that are lively, alive, so to say. In the sense that, more clubs, huge diversity in the population of the said state or city. Diversity in the sense that, a city that tends to have more foreigners, that's where you want to be. Yeah, it'll help decrease your chances of depression. And those of you that can afford will go home once a year or once every 6 months, depending on how your university's yearly academic schedule is structured. The one thing that I have taken out of India is lifestyle. Amazon was introduced to me in India. The concept of online shopping, online payments, online transactions, everything on the web. Then the other thing that I'm going to take away is the whole perception on housing has changed for me. My dream was, a big ass house, 2-story building, 5 rooms, 2 sitting rooms, all that, the lot, huge compound, the grass and the trees, big. And the thing was, if I didn't get to that, I would be upset. I'd be mad at life if I didn't achieve that. Well, that has changed. Within the last 3 years, I've lived in 2 houses, and it just changed my whole perception on what comfortability is, on what happiness is. India does that to you. A lot of people leave India humble, or humbled than they were before. Hopefully, I will come back again. Only this time I'll be coming over for business. I'd like to involve myself in exporting products from India to Africa, specifically East Africa. It's a bunch of things out here that we could use at home. Yeah, by the way, the city that I am in right now, or rather the whole state, is the production capital of India, especially when it comes to hardware, you know, machinery, electronics, said motors, and the lot. Yeah, most of that is made from here. It comes from this state. It's a state where people are business minded. Everybody is an entrepreneur. Everyone. If I was to rate as to how positive my experience has been in India on a scale of 1 to 100, positivity levels are 85%. Negative is the rest of 15% is negative. Mostly positive. It's been a great experience. I have matured a lot over the course of time that I've spent in India. I've learned quite a lot. Anyway, let's make a small stopover and drink some water. Completely forgot to hydrate, man. And so I haven't really shown much of the city. Nah, I've shown a really small portion. In my next video, I might show some more. The inner parts of the city, because you didn't see much of the infrastructure today. Nice bike, nice bike. I don't know what that was, but it looked like a Hero, I think. Hero is an Indian company that manufactures motorbikes. You got Hero, you've got Bajaj. KTM also moved its production to India. You have TVS with their famous damn, I forget that bike. I'm forgetting a lot today. They have a sports fared variant. It's called the TVS damn, it's a bike that they collaborated with BMW for. I forget what that bike is called. Crap. Anyway, I'll post it up in post-production. And so I ran out of battery. My camera gave out. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and click the like button, subscribe, and share the video if you think it was interesting, if you liked it. And until next time, guys, it's Not.So.Burundian here. Peace out.